Hey guys, so I really wanted to come out here and really chat with y'all, okay? Bear with me. Oh my goodness. So I hope you guys are doing good. Today is Monday. Monday, what, the 12th? The 11th or 12th? One of the two. And don't mind my hair, my appearance. Now, this is a real talk, y'all. I don't know what's been like. Okay, so people talk about having two family incomes, and what they're able to do. They split for the bills, and the rest is up for them. And I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. Now, if my husband was still alive, I would be able to do that too. But besides the point. I've been thinking about doing overtime. Like this week I was thinking about like doing 20 hours of overtime. Now y'all know I don't do overtime at all. I only try to do that overtime for my son's sneakers, and I only ended up getting 2 hours of overtime because I ended up calling out because of my depression with FMLA, right? So I'm like, yo, Candace, you could do 20 something hours of overtime. Do it basically in the morning, like from 8 to 12, and then from 8 to 12, and then on Wednesday, seeing that I could do it longer, probably get like 8 hours of overtime on Wednesday. Man, I'm like, man, yeah, then I can have that money as a backup. Now, am I just being greedy? Like, I really had to sit down and pray about it, yo. I'm like, what is getting into me? Yeah, I know it's nice to have extra money, but Candace, you're not broke. You're not broke. So why would you put yourself through that if you already don't do overtime as it is? Man, I'm like, man, that's a cool $800 right there. But once tax is taken out, probably $600. If I change up my taxes, then I can probably get $700. By mid-July, my $1,000 for my savings or that emergency fund will be saved up. That's where that $75 has been going every single time I make it or get a paycheck. So that's been since February 15th into the middle of July. I'm able to save up $1,000. Now we know I'm able to fund my cash envelopes. That's not a problem. Full now. For April and May, yeah, it was a struggle, but now I'm able to do it full, so I'm not struggling. But I'm like, man, something could go wrong. This is in the back of my head. I think this is where I don't want to say anxiety, but I do think I deal with anxiety, because sometimes, especially when I was younger, I would think about something over and over and over and over and think of steps or outcomes of A through Z. No lie, I used to think of everything, and I felt like I had to think of everything because of the situations I was in. I had to think of, man, what could go wrong this time, what could this be, you know what I mean? It was horrible. But yeah, y'all, I don't know. And I'm like, man, my son's gonna need new clothes. But I'm like, Candace, you just bought this kid new clothes and you bought them in sizes bigger, Hopefully, if all he does as he's getting older right now from this, for the rest of this year, is that he just gets taller, and the clothes are meant for him to get taller and wider. Okay, so I did that. So I'm like, I should be good there. I don't have anything I want to do this summer. We got our family trip, which that's already paid for. But I'm like, man, just to have that cushion. But I do have I'm gonna have $1,000 cushion. Like, I'm not broke. I have $750 saved up. You know what I mean? And we all know that I pay $600 on a credit card bill where my minimum's only $25. So I'm well ahead of the game, and I pay my rent over, even though it's not by much. I'm paying my rent over by $20-$40, depends. So I'm like, Candace, I really did have my alarm on. I did have my alarm on for this morning for 7 o'clock so I can get up at 8. And then I really thought about it. Like, I was really not stressing about it, but I really had to sit down and like say, Candace, what are you doing this for? Like, what? You don't have anything that you need. I don't. You know, I do not have anything I want. My son is taken care of. We got food in the house. Car's running smoothly. Like, what are you worried about? Like, don't put something out there. Don't stress over something that's not even here, you know? And then I'm like, mentally, my mind state is not all the way right. So that's the other thing I was thinking about. Like, what if I did have to call out and you know, have it unpaid? Like, if I can, you know, get some money now, at least I have that as a backup. That's my other thinking. And I think that's where my real thinking is coming from. That's why I believe. You know, there may be other factors in there, but I'm really like, wow, I could do this, you know, and be good, you know, have a couple hundred set aside. But I don't even need it, y'all. You ever get into those, you know, mindsets where you're like, yo, let me make this money while I can and keep grinding. I mean, I think my goals are good. To be out of what? It started off with how much debt? 18,000 in debt, a little bit over 18,000 in debt to be paid off by next year as a single mom. I mean, I think that's pretty good, you know? And I know that my you know, stuff could fluctuate. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I just thought I would share with you. I'm like, yo, am I bugging? Why am I trying to hustle hard for something that, like, I don't even need? I'm not in need of anything, you know? I have my allowance. My son has his allowance where we pay extra. We have a food out category. We have a fun category. Everything's paid in full. We going on a trip. We've been on trips. And I'm just like, what it really is you thinking about, Candace? Like, really? You know what I mean? I'm like, don't start. Because, I mean, when I was younger, as I mentioned, because of the lifestyle, not the lifestyle that I was in, but the life that I was in, or, you know, those decisions I had to make, especially as a single mom, even when I was with my husband. But we all know, if y'all watch the videos about what I went through, y'all know, like, I really had to hustle hard. And my family's like, man, Candace, you're strong. And I don't know, y'all. I ended up speaking with the psychiatrist yesterday. We're not gonna go back on one of those serotonin medicines. We're just gonna up one of my other medicines and see how that works. But I broke down crying. He was like, what's wrong? I'm like, I love my job. I really do. He's like, do you really love it, or are you just saying it? I'm like, no, I really do love my job, but I can't put on a front all the time. You know what I mean? I just can't. I'm not that type of person to put on a front for somebody, you know? If I'm not happy, I'm not happy, and then I call out because I don't want my stats going down. I don't want to get in trouble if I do something wrong on a call because I can't focus, or I'm not in a good mood, or, you know, anything like that. And he's like, you just feel like you have so much. And I'm just like, I have to do this all on my own, you know? There's no income coming from anywhere else. So it's what I make. But even at the end of the day, y'all, I would still be good if I called out, you know, because I don't have to pay all this money, $600 on one of these credit cards. I don't. It's about to be, I don't have to pay $600. I know that. So I know, like, mentally, I want to get out of debt, you know, so that my future is a little bit better because I wouldn't have to worry about these extra bills. But it's just crazy what goes through your mind sometimes, you know? And I'm like, man, let me hustle hard. I used to hustle really hard, y'all. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Man, my son and my husband was never without anything. My husband wanted something, man, I got it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to feel like that again, you know? My son has everything he needs. We're keeping it simple. That's one thing that we're doing this year. I'm just keeping it simple. Like, even for the summer program, we're not doing nothing, you know? We're not getting tickets for Busch Gardens. We're going to go to beaches, you know, this summer. Get out, you know, have friends over, barbecue in the backyard, on the patio. You know, I just got to keep it simple and just realize what am I doing it for. If I end up doing, overtime, I'll let y'all know when I do my paycheck for next week. Today is Monday, once again the 11th or 12th. But I'll catch y'all later. I'm about to do some running around. My son is at his friend's house. And I'm going to go to hit up some stores and get mommy stuff out the way with. Because right now I would have been working overtime until like 1. And I'm not the overtime type person, so I don't know what's going on with me, y'all. I'm just stressing. I feel like I'm stressing. Stressing about something that ain't even here, y'all. But okay, I'll let y'all go, and I'll talk with you guys later. Comment down below. I know I'm not the only person that has felt like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, thinking ahead and, you know, worrying about something that's not even in front of us. So, alright, I'll catch y'all later. Alright, bye-bye.